Yeah, mate, yeah, just obviously fight week, so obviously the rituals you've got to do on fight week. Public workout, press conference tomorrow, weigh in Friday, and then fight night Saturday.
And how's Callum's camp gone so far?
It's gone very good. Obviously, he's a proper model pro. He just level-headed, does everything he has to do, leave no stone unturned, and as you see by the looks of him, he always turns up in shape. And I don't know if you'll see today, but you'll definitely see Saturday, mate, when he's got no top on the shape he's in. And I think John Ryder's going to bank on Callum overlooking him, and unfortunately for him, he hasn't.
And what can you tell us about, obviously, John Ryder, for the people that don't really know him? What is he going to bring to the ring?
Yeah, he's a solid fighter. Obviously, he's earned this fight. He's mandatory challenger. He's number one in the WBA ranking, so he's more than earned his shot, and he's on a good run of form. He's on a run of 4 knockouts. He's a solid southpaw, but he's going against the best super-middleweight in the world, and I think on Saturday he's going to understand what it's like to be in with a top fighter.
What does Callum have to do to win? Obviously, we know what his power punching's like, but do you think he'll want the rounds after the past couple of fights? His last fight that didn't go very long.
No, because he's ticked every box. Callum's not worried about rounds. If Callum hits John Ryder early, he'll get John Ryder out there, but he won't go in and concentrate on that. He'll go in, and if Callum Smith performs and performs well, we know he wins. So, as long as he performs, he doesn't make any mistakes and take unnecessary shots. John Ryder's a solid southpaw, good chin himself, so if he's there 6, 7, 8, maybe even 10, 11, 12, if Callum stays switched on, I'll take a point to win now, I don't care. It sets up a big 20-20 for Callum, so as long as we get a Callum Smith win, I don't mind.
Just in terms of his last couple of outings, he's only had a couple, hasn't he? So can he take anything from the past 2?
We've taken massive things. He beat a very good world champion in George Groves out in Saudi Arabia, and he beat a former 2-time world champion, Hassan Nadam, over in America, and put in a devastating performance, what no one's done to Nadam. So, he take big things from them, but John Ryder's a different fighter than them. He's a southpaw.
And obviously you mentioned that it's a big 20-20 as long as he gets through this fight. What's in his mind, do you think, at the minute, in terms of, he's got to win this? How realistic an option or possibility is this fight at Anfield? Because it started off as rumours and now it's like more realistic.
Yeah, well, let's just say, I'd probably say it's 90% done. If Callum wins Saturday, then it'd be 99.9% done. But everything rests. 2020 rests on Saturday night. Callum wins. He's got the world at his feet. He's got big names wanting to fight him. He's got Anfield set up, and he's got a very exciting 2020 lined up.
Has he got a preferred opponent for Anfield? Obviously, I'm sure he'll just take it as it comes, but is there one in his mind where he says, no, I want him?
No, but he wants a big fight, unification fight, Golovkin, Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Benavidez, just one of the big names who make people sit up and take note.
And about yourself, like what's going on with yourself at the minute?
I'm fighting the 20th of December in Phoenix, Arizona, over in America, so I'm in camp for that and looking forward to it. Yeah, the bill only got announced last week. I'm sure I'll be announced on the bill this week, so I'm just heading towards that now.
Right, okay. And obviously you get through that 2020 after that. Have you got a target, any preferred opponents that you're targeting yourself?
Yeah, just a big 2020. Jesse Vargas, Kelbruch, a challenge towards a world title. One of them big fights I'll be aiming for in 2020, and I'll be on the Anfield bill as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, so the Anfield bill, obviously bound to come off, and if it does come off, are you looking to get on that?
Yeah, I'm on it, mate. Don't worry about it. I'll be on it, yeah.
And it's just in terms of the fighters that you've just mentioned there, do you just like the promoters and the managers deal with that, or do you speak to them themselves, like, come on, we need to get this on?
I speak to my manager, MTK. I speak to them and I tell them who I want, and they'll go with Eddie and try and make them fight. If they can't, they can't. If they can, good on them.
And just finally, we're just asking all the Scouts fighters here. Obviously, massive fight in December, isn't it? Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia. What are your thoughts and predictions on that?
50-50. Obviously, I hope Joshua wins, but I think it's a very interesting fight. I think Andy Ruiz knows he can win now, and obviously Anthony Joshua knows he can lose now, so it's an interesting fight.